everybody, welcome back to Kinfolk Farm. Appreciate you guys stopping by. My name is Shane. We're back to trapping armadillos again. I hadn't caught anything in this trap in quite some time except for a little squirrel. Not sure if there's still any scent left in it to catch armadillos, but we're in a hot spot to catch them because these jokers, I was out here cutting grass earlier, and they are coming in droves. They are out here bad, tearing up every row, and they just go up and down every row, digging and digging. It looks like a bunch of little wild pigs got in here. You can see those little holes. They're just digging everywhere, and that's a pretty good one there. That's fist size. I try to usually take my foot and just fill them back in, but there's so many now you really can't. Just hope for the rain to come and clean them up. But they are literally going up and down every single row. So wasn't sure really where to set the trap. It's every row. The wood line is there. It's a 44-acre thicket. It's impenetrable. It's so thick, and it's not my property, so I don't go over there. But the armadillos are coming from over there. We've shot at them before and hunted them at night, and we get a lot of them on this edge, and they filter through here, and in the mornings they filter out. I just hadn't had the time this year to get out. I've got out a few times, but didn't have any luck. The little 22 I'm using as I borrowed from my son. All my stuff burned up in the house fire. I had a nice 22 that was dead on, and I was tearing them up, but I borrowed my son's. It's off. I tried to sight it in, but for some reason that little joker just seems to, it's probably me, but I seem to miss. I've missed 3 already this year, and it's driving me nuts. But I ordered me a new spotlight. The light went out on that little gun that my son loaned me. So I ordered me a new spotlight just a minute ago, and ready to get a new gun. I want to get out here and start plinking some of these jokers. But that's not what this video is about. If I catch some, I'll post it and let you guys, I'll do a little update and let you guys know if I get one. They're showing up everywhere. In the little vineyard, I was going to put it over there. They're showing up like crazy over there. They're showing up over here. I'm not sure if the fertilizer tracks them over here. I'm not exactly sure what brings them, but I go through this every year. But they're coming on strong this year. All right, well, today is the 29th of April, getting close to the 1st of May. And as a general rule, with your muscadines, we use triple 10 or triple 13, whichever you prefer, on the 1st of April, May, June, July. Then we use a calcium nitrate on the 15th of all those same months to help bush these plants up. If you can't find calcium nitrate, it's really hard to find. If you can't find it, you can use ammonium nitrate, but just use about half of the ammonium nitrate you would as calcium nitrate because it's really a really strong nitrogen. But you really need a nice high nitrogen on the 15th to help bush these plants up, put that dark green on them that they need, help give them a little oomph of nitrogen. But today it's about the triple 10. That's what I use. Because we're getting close to the 1st of May, we've already done one batch of triple 10. We've already done one calcium nitrate. Now we're back to the second batch of triple 10. But I also wanted to show you guys the muscadine, show you how well they're doing. They're looking great. We've had some awesome rain. This is probably the best start to the muscadine season we've ever had. We hadn't had any late frost. We've had tons of rain. I hardly had to water it all. I've been on track with my all my weeds. I've been on track with my fertilizer. I mean, I haven't got behind on anything. So far, it's looking great. I wanted to show you guys, I hadn't had any bug problems neither. Last year, we got some swarm of little larvae. It like to wiped us out, so it gave us a late start. But this year, I haven't had to do anything for bugs so far. But I know the Japanese beetles are coming. But let's take a look at the muscadines. I want to show you the first year plants too that we planted earlier this winter. Show you how they're doing and show you how these how the older plants are doing as well. Look at these things. This is Roa Supreme, Roa Black Beauty, and you really can't tell them apart. They're just looking great. We have no holes in our leaves. That sun's over there, but I put a little shadow on them. But I mean, look. We haven't had a single bug problem whatsoever. And when I'm cutting grass and going up and down the rows, I'm constantly looking to make sure we have no bug problems whatsoever. We had on one of my new plants over there in the new vineyard, we had a couple of those little flea beetle larvae. I think that's what they're called. But they're little black larvae, and That's all we've seen. There was 2, maybe 3. I haven't seen any since. I squished them, haven't seen any since. So haven't had to do any spraying. But the Supreme are looking good. The Isons are looking good. The Carlos, the Darling, they're all looking great. And they're all loaded with these little pollen sacs. They're all just ready to break open and help give us some awesome grapes. I'm just so excited. The vineyard is looking fantastic, besides the armadillos. The armadillos, they're not on this side. They're really not. I haven't seen any sign. But the closer you get to that wood line, the more digging you see. So that just lets me know I know where they're at. But one thing I'm grateful for, I don't have no giant deep hole. So far, I don't have a giant deep hole. Last year I had one over here on this side, and it was 3 foot deep. And then I had one on that side that was super deep, and it was right in the middle of the aisle. You'll get that one armadillo that just wants to go down, and dig him a little hole. But hopefully we catch him this year. All right, I'll walk you guys up and down. We were just right there when we were just talking. And I added, for you guys that are new, I just added this vineyard here. It's 35 new plants I just added, and they're doing great. I got this one splitting already. This is going to go that way. Hopefully that one's going to grab and go that way. Got a lot of growth in the tube. They're looking great. Here's a here's a little weaker one. These first year plants are going to drive you nuts. I got a lot of deep growth here, up here. These first year plants are going to drive you crazy for you new growers. They're going to drive you crazy. This is one that I'm wanting to grab hold of this string. It apparently doesn't want to cooperate. But this one I pinched off this morning. That little side growth, I pinched the tip and let the leaves grow. So it'll grow up. Once this reaches the top wire, the top of the wire, I'll pinch the tip and it'll send off 2 new shoots, and you'll train them down the wire. Like this one, for instance. This one here, I've been pinching the tip off it. Now it'll still want to grow. It'll put out new shoots. You just have to continuously come and pinch it every couple of weeks. But it's doing great. It's already starting its way down the wire. Just like that. They're looking great. It's put on a lot of growth, and it's actually put on some little pollen sacs right here. What I'm going to do is take those off. We don't want to grow grapes our first year. I don't. Little sacs. I just prefer them to grow. I just want them to grow, get that first year down the wire. I don't care if they produce grapes over here. I had plenty over there and at the other vineyard. I want them to just focus on growing up the wire both ways. In the second year, we'll get a few grapes. This is a Supreme I replaced last week. It's doing pretty good. It hadn't died, so I'm happy with that. It's still got some good growth on it. Looking pretty good. Starting some little new shoots. Happy with that. But they're doing great. They're really, really looking good. Here's a good one. Another good Supreme. These Supreme are just awesome. This one, I'm going to cheat on this one. It grabbed over here and it's starting on the wire. I'm just going to let this one grow up, grab the wire, and there's going to be a V right here. I don't care. It doesn't have to be to the top of the wire. Don't let it drive you nuts that it's not to the top of the wire and split like that one. Don't let it drive you nuts. It's not the perfect plant. Hey, I just want to put on grapes. And it's not split way down. It's close enough to the top of the wire. We're going to let it run each way, and in a couple of years, we'll get tons of grapes. All right, well, I've been through here. I got to finish cutting grass over there. I wanted to make this video. But they're looking great. They're just looking great. Here's the last one I'll show you. Like this one's come up to the top of the wire. This morning, I pinched it right here. I just pinched it. It made it to the top. I pinched it. It will send out another little shoot here, and they'll run down the wire. This one, all this side growth, all this extra growth coming out of this tube, you'll see that. Just pinch that tip right off, and that'll stop all that. Push all that energy up. All right, next tip before I show y'all the fertilizing. These plants are taking off. They're putting on, they're ready. They're doing great. Sucking up water, sucking up fertilizer, doing everything you want them to do. They're also doing something extra that you don't want them to do. They're putting on these side shoots off the trunk. Always want to keep your trunk clean. When you want everything on the wire. You want your grapes, you want everything on the wire. You don't want anything down here because later on it'll just be a mess. You see some people's plants are just a mess and they don't know what to do with them after a few years. But if you'll come out and just check your plant, they peel right off. They just pick right off with no effort whatsoever. But you'll go all the way to the dirt and just pick everything off. Here's another one taking off. Look at that. This just got some big old branches on it, but you'll just clean them off. And I can't do them all today because we're about to take a trip to Universal. And my grandkids are wanting to make some money. So this Friday, today's Wednesday, so Friday, they're going to come and clean all the trunks for me. And I'll video that and talk more about that. But they're going to come and clean all the trunks for me and make them some money. And that'll keep me from having to walk up and down the rows. All right, real quick, let's talk about fertilizing. These are our first year plants. Now, ant pile has done got all the way up in here. Look at that. Look at that, Joe. These are the little things you deal with every year. Ants love that fresh, soft dirt, so I have to come put some killer on that and get rid of them. There you go. All right, but we're going to go ahead and fertilize them. Your brand new plants, 1 fistful is all I use, and I put it about 12 inches around the plant, away from the trunk. About 10. It seems like that wouldn't get to them. It works. That's all you need. All right, this row is Ruby Crisp is a 2nd year plant. We just put those in. I'll show you how we fertilize them. One fistful on each side. Here's the trunk. I'm just going to throw 1 fistful there, 1 fistful there. So we got 2 fistfuls per plant scattered down each side of the trunk, about 12 inches away from the trunk. You don't want to throw any on the trunk. All right, plants that are 3 years and up, I put the same thing on these except 2 on each side. And that's it. That's how I measure. I've been doing this for going on 9 years now. It works great. You see how the plants look? They're thick, healthy, and they put on tons of grapes every year. Not much to it. Basically out here just cutting grass, doing our 3rd application. Triple 10, calcium nitrate, triple 10. Calcium nitrate will be coming again. But also going to keep you guys posted on the armadillo trap. I know there's more than one. There's tons of them out here. They drive us crazy every year. A little slow on getting on top of them, but they are just up and down every row. So about halfway through the vineyard. But they're working their way through. So hopefully we catch one in the trap. I'll keep you guys posted. Thanks again for checking out my video. Love you to death. We'll see you on the next one.